Don't lose your property this way. Hi, I'm Claire at the Yanowitz Law Firm, where we have helped families when a loved one passes away for the last 30 years. Okay, let's get started. So there is a site called Minnesota Unclaimed Property, and we will drop the link in the notes of this video. But at Minnesota Unclaimed Property, it's where institutions have to send property when no one claims it for a long period of time. And it's something that's good to check, both while you're alive, but we also check it when someone passes away. Sometimes when you're alive, you might find, some sort of check that got issued, a refund, and that you didn't realize and got issued and you never collected. And you can search your name in Minnesota Unclaimed Property, and you might get lucky and find some money that you are missing. But we also check this website when people die, and if the amount involved is small on the person who died, then we can collect it with a really simple legal document called an affidavit of collection. And if the amount is larger, where basically if the probate assets exceed greater than $75,000, then we might have to actually open up a probate to collect that unclaimed property. And that is a slow way to collect that property. So that is not the ideal route, but there's not a whole lot of other choices that we have at that point. That leads me to the point of that it's really good to write down where all your assets are while you're alive and have capacity, because at the time of death, somebody else other than you is going to be collecting them. And if people don't know where their assets are, they can be difficult to track down. And if it takes a long time to track them down, they might get sent to unclaimed property. And then it kind of blows up, and it takes even longer to collect them. So that's why it's important that you make what we call in our office a treasure map. Where is all your money? Where is all the treasure? So that when someone has to go looking for that treasure in the future, they know exactly where it's all located. And oftentimes, this is pretty difficult for people to do. Assets are really private. People are confidential. Kids don't know where their parents' money is routinely. And so that is something that I think can be real hard for folks to just tell others where all their money is. So if you don't want to directly tell people where all your money is, it's important that you leave kind of a trail. We think of this maybe as like a Hansel and Gretel trail with breadcrumbs. Okay, when I die, go into this safe, it's written down here, and get where it is. Find a way so that people, when the time comes, they can get the information needed. And then it's also important that when you create that treasure map, that you routinely update it. Once a year, every other year, once every 6 months, you go and look at that asset spreadsheet of where all your assets are, and you update it. Did you close accounts? Did you open up new accounts? And so that is all very helpful. If I'm working with a family that, we don't know where any assets are, we basically can start by trying to get a hold of filed tax returns to try and figure out, where were they reporting income, and go from there to try and figure out where the accounts are. We can also try and see if we can get different statements, if they're getting paper statements, but so many people are getting electronic statements. We may not have access to email. So those all kind of create complications. Complications always mean takes more time, which is more hassle to your family and oftentimes more legal costs. So that's why we encourage families to, write it down and have a way to share that with others. And then also check Minnesota Unclaimed Property while you're alive. Make sure there's nothing out there under your name so that, someone doesn't have to try and go collect that at death, because it's a lot easier to collect it while you're alive. Thanks so much for listening today. And if you want to learn more about wills, trusts, or probate, hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'll get notified when we post more videos to our channel. Thanks so much.